This is day 278 of Zohar Pshat, and we're on Daf Lamed Aleph and Malav and Zohar Kodesh. New issue here. Rabbi Lezer Kofatz, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 lines down. Rabbi Kofatz Gan Mesa. Evidently, there was some gathering in the base of Medish, and Rabbi Lezer got up and jumped up first, I guess before his father, Rabbi Shimon, and he darshaned. He said, Darash Kol Hashem Amayim. The voice of Hashem is on the water. Kel HaKavod Hirim. The Kel, which is to explain, of honor, caused there to be thunder. And then Hashem Amayim Rabim. God was on the many waters. And this, of course, the Pasuk in Tehillim, Chavtes. Kol Hashem da Kol Kol Hashem is the call from on high. The Raman Hamayim is the charged water. Obviously, everything flows down from on high. Kel HaKavod Hirim. I'm sorry, I skipped. The Nagdim Midargil, they come down from level to level. Adam is Sarchad, till they come down to one place. Bignufi Chada, one gathering. That's Amayim Rabim. Everything comes down, and then it collects in one area. This kol on high sends the water in its pathways. Each one according to its appropriate path. Kai Ganano, like a gardener. The Mana Maya, who's in charge of the irrigation waters. The Shadon Lukal Sarbasai to send each burst of water to a place that's suitable. Kach Kol Hashem and Mana Maya. So to Kol Hashem is in charge of water. Kel HaKavod Yirim. Here it gets really fascinating. The Kel of honor causes the thunder. The Dynamite says, for Ram Gevuros mi is Monaid, who's going to be the Pasuk in Eov, who's going to be able to perceive properly the thunder of Hashem's Gevura, the thunder of Hashem's might and strength. But what is that defined as? Is that a Kol Hashem, which is Shem and Rachamim? Then we got the Ram. Ram is thunder. It doesn't sound particularly Rachmanistic, right? So he says, this is the side which comes from Gevura and derives from it. And the fascinating thing here, the name Kel, Sulam points this out, the name Kel is the name of Chesed. So Kel HaKavod Yirim. So the name Kel represents, obviously because it represents strength. It represents Rachamim, which manifests itself in Gevuros. Chesed, which comes down as Gevuros. And there are a lot of times when Chesed can come down as Gevura, when that which is giving and positive comes out a way which can be frightening. That's also a chesed. The person should be frightened, and it's frightening. Chazal saying brachos, the loy ram, ramim el kedei lefashe dakmim l'shebelev. I might be quoting that incorrectly, but the reason why thunder is created is in order to straighten out distortions in the heart. Yiras Hashem is not antithetical to Chesed. On the contrary, Chesed of Hashem is to provide us with Yiras Hashem, or a pathway to Yiras Hashem. So Kel is strength, and it comes from Chesed, but it manifests itself in Ram. Kel HaKavod, and why is it necessary? Because the Kavod Hashem is essential. Why is Kavod Hashem essential? Because we should know what to be mechabed in this world. We should know what's the proper value system. So therefore, Kol Hashem Alamayim, Kol Hashem sends the waters, and the first act of sending waters is Kel, is an act of coming with Chesed, but bringing about Gevura. Kel HaKavod Hirim. Let's make the Ram, in order to make this world a place where people know what they're supposed to do. Keep them on the straight path and smooth out all the distortions. But it says, "V'ran Gevuros mi is bonon." Dam misitra the asam in Gevura v'nafkamine. There's a side which comes from Gevura and derives from it. And davar acher, no interpretation. Kel HaKavod Yirim do yemina the nafkamine smaller. So at first he says it comes out from Gevura, right? But then he says, like we just said, and perhaps I said it a bit backwards, but the point is the same. That the right from which the left comes. So the Ram comes from Gevura, but it starts off on the right and then comes to the left. And Hashem Amayim Rabim, da Chachma Ilah. That's Chachma I the Ikra Yud, right? Yud Ke Vav Ke here, but it's Yud. Amayim Rabim Kastima, and the hidden depths, the Nafik Minei, from which the many words come out. K'deremar Ushvilcha B'Mayim Rabim. There's got to be a lot of chef on the world, and many different hashpos. Mayim Rabim, but in order that Mayim Rabim should be appropriate, there has to be a shvil which comes down with it, and we mentioned before the shvil, the shvil within the orach. There's the smaller pipe and the larger pipe. That's the ram, which comes down, in order that we should know that Mayim Rabim all should be used properly. So in order for us to know what's appropriate in this world, we need kel hakavod here im. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends as a chesed us the knowledge of his gvura, and which creates that thunder, which is supposed to then give us a sense of being afraid of distortion and avoiding distortion. And then the Mayim Rabim, the many waters of the different the different types of ashpa, of shefa down here below, can actually be used properly because there's a shvil. The Mayim Rabim, there's a pathway in the great waters. To me, it's an association which probably is very tenuous, but possible, between the shvil and the shvil azov, right? Like the Aristotle's golden mean, which is, of course, the balance of the Rambam and Hilchos Deos and Shemona Prakim, that you're supposed to make sure to maintain the straight and narrow, that an appropriate modulating of the different Mayim Rabim, and focusing all the way it's supposed to. And that kel, the manifestation, seeing HaKadosh Baruch Hu's kel, helps us to understand that. I think it's a malach in the Zohar, which is today. I think it's a nice malach.